Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I have decided to add a subwoofer to my stereo setup, and this video is about my experience so far and why I decided to do that. And so my main stereo speakers are Q-Acoustics 250i. I'm really impressed with the sound of those and the price. They are really good speakers, and for a very attractive price. The Q-Acoustics are very good in high tones and mid, and they have good bass. So, but anyway, I never thought that I'm lacking bass until I hear some high-end speakers. Then I was looking for upgrade my stereo speakers. Then I search on the web what are the other people thinking or talking about the speakers. Then I'm a huge fan of Paul McGowan from PS Audio, and he mentioned a few of his videos on YouTube that how he is impressed with the REL subwoofers in a stereo setup, and he would, before you do any upgrade to the stereo speakers, he recommends to try a subwoofer. So, and he recommends these REL subwoofers as well. So then that I wrote to REL customer service, because as you can see, my listening area is about 20 square feet, and I have a huge open area which go beyond. So I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if what sort of a effect that subwoofer gonna have, and if it's big enough, and what sort of what kind of REL model that I have to decide. So I made some pictures of my living room, and I sent those to the Rob from REL. So then, it's like this. This is my living room, and this is the area that one side is open to the pantry, and then that's the figures of my listening position. So the Rob was kind enough. He wrote me back, and he recommended me if I'm going for one subwoofer, he recommended me the REL T7i, and if I'm deciding to go for two subwoofers, he recommended me REL T5i. That is, and he said that I could place two stereo subwoofers. One is here where I have placed subwoofer already. The other one is at the other stereo speaker. So then, anyway, then I knew that bass sound does not have directionality. That means you cannot pinpoint where the sound comes from. So because of that, I decided to buy a T5i, the middle version of the REL T series, and then see how it performs. Then I can, if I want to, then I can add a second one to the other side. But I'm really impressed because there are certain things that I have that I'm thought of choosing this one, because there was an used REL R218 at the dealer as well. I bought that home to do some listening. I'm not so impressed because it has some wobbly sound. I think that speaker is about that subwoofer is about 3 to 4 years old. I don't know if once they get old get wobbly, I'm not sure. But then again, I gave it back. Then I bought this one. Now if you look close to the subwoofer, it has very nice finish to it. I chosen this white piano gloss version, and it comes in black as well. So the main reason I decided to go for this model, apart from the size of it, it has all all the four sides. It doesn't have any speaker like the big brother of this T7i. It has down-firing speaker like this one has, and also a front firing speaker as well. Now, as you can see, I've connected my setup with the high level input, and it has low level bass input, which some subwoofer, some amplifiers including name has a dedicated subwoofer output, and this one is for videos, like for low frequency effects. And this is the crossover which you set. I have set a little more than quarter of the whole range, and the volume I have set it to quarter. It's more than enough. And one of the other reasons I have decided to go with this the new T series of REL subwoofers, they have auto standby, which you turn on with this switch, and which it does is that if the subwoofer is not in use, it will turn itself off after about 15 to 20 minutes, so it will save on consumption. And so as soon as you turn on the music, if it sends music comes through this, then it will turn itself on. This is a nice touch. I really think it's important nowadays. So now to my experience. Now I've been having this subwoofer a little over 3 weeks, and I'm really impressed with the sound. It's harmonized very well with Q-Acoustics 2050i, and the amplifier name Nate XS2 just really good job with the subwoofer. It has no issues at all. Like for jazz music, the bass, you feel it now, like with main speakers alone, you don't have that feel for the bass. But now I realize why most people propone for subwoofers in a stereo setup. You feel the bass, depth of the bass and waves, and sometimes for some people it's maybe annoying, but I really enjoy it. So as I said earlier, I mean, you don't have to turn the bass too loud at all. In my case, I have only three. The volume is set to from about way less than a quarter of the whole range it has, and so that's my experience with the REL T5i with Q-Acoustic 2050i stereo speakers. So if you have any question, if I missed something, if you'd like to know, I know that it's really hard to find a perfect. It's can be difficult to find a perfect matching subwoofer for your stereo setup. In REL, in their website, they have published a sort of speaker matching tool. Unfortunately, Q-Acoustics were not on that list. So that's the reason why I contacted REL support, the Rob Hunt, the guy who was mailing me, and he was really helpful. He was, very nice people. You can write to them and they will let you know if your subwoofer matches to your enough for your room. I mean, if even though the subwoofer is really small, I mean, it fills the room. That you can take my word for it. I'm really pleased with my investment, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any questions, just post below. I'll try to answer them if I know. Or yeah. Then have a nice day. Till next time. Bye bye.